In your network marketing business, developing leaders is going to take your team to the next level. And it is my personal favorite thing to do in network marketing. Happy Halloween! You're probably not listening to this episode the day that it was released, because if you're a mom like me, Halloween is one of the craziest days of the year. Pray for all teachers everywhere today. I used to be a school teacher, and Halloween is literally the hardest day of the entire year because the kids are psychotic. It also happens to be my dog's birthday. Happy 5th birthday to Cosette today. We love you so much. She is like my 5th child, you guys. She's a King Charles Cavalier. I'm obsessed with her. And she's just so cute. She kind of looks like a miniature version of Lady and the Tramp. So anyway, it's her birthday today. We never do like a birthday post or a birthday party for her because it's on Halloween. So it's just like, and then I'm like, no, we're not going to do it on another day because I don't want to do that. So sometimes we'll get her like a puppuccino or something, but it's just such a crazy day. You usually don't have time for that. By the time you do the classroom parties, you get home, you do, you do dinner, you do pictures on the porch, and then you're off to the races for Halloween. So today, what I want to talk about is how to develop leaders, because in your network marketing business, developing leaders is going to take your team to the next level. And it is my personal favorite thing to do in network marketing. It's why in my coaching business, I created the coaching mentorship, because it allowed me to continue to do the thing which I love the very most, which was teach people how to have successful businesses, launch their businesses, and develop them. It's just, for me, it like completed that missing piece of the puzzle that I used to have when I was growing and building network marketing teams. And it's just so much fun to build teams and develop people. So a little bit about developing leaders. Developing leaders is learning to take people to just the next step. It's not the entire staircase. And this is where a lot of people get it wrong. There is a layer of patience that you're going to have to practice here to really learn how to develop amazing leaders, because it's going to take time. It's going to take massaging. It's going to take patience so that you can help them work through their things that they're dealing with and develop them into the leader that you can see the potential for. And in turn, it's going to build out additional layers of your business to create that legacy business that will last a lifetime. And that is something that, again, like I said, it's my very favorite thing I did in network marketing. I developed 23 people on my own team to the top of the company, and then have since developed thousands of people to the tops of their companies, both within the company that I built my career in, and also within the 20 different network marketing companies, more than that, that we now serve inside of the Beyond the Rank paid community. So it's just so much fun. So the first thing that I really love to do when I am developing leaders is I love to vision cast for them where I see their potential going. And a way that you can do this is you can have like a dream session with them. And you don't have to call it that. You could call it that. If they're like all in about the business and they're like, I really want to do this, then you could be like, we're going to get together and we're going to do our dream session. And this could be at lunch. This could be you going over to their house. This could be on a phone call. This could be on Zoom. This could be at an in-person event. It could be at a convention. It could be at like a leaders retreat or something like that. But the most important part of this session is for you to cast vision for them. A couple of weeks ago, maybe like a month ago or so, there was an episode on the podcast where I talked about visualization for you. In order to develop leaders on your team, you need to use that visualization process for them. So you want to show them and vision cast for them what is possible. The biggest mistake that people make in visualization techniques with growing and developing leaders is they assume that their leaders are going to want the same dream that they wanted. So for example, I had a leader once. Well, I had like lots of leaders that really wanted to retire their husband. And so I just assumed that's what everybody wanted to do. And then I came across Bev, and Bev was such a fun leader to work with. She hit the top of the company in 90 days. We had the most fun time building together. And she did not want to retire her husband. And I kept visualizing and dream casting for her about how amazing it would be when she hit the top of the company and then her husband wouldn't have to work anymore. And one day she just looked at me and she was like, honey, she has this Southern accent. She's like, honey, that is not my dream. I do not want my husband retired. I want him to work forever. And they were so in love and had the sweetest, cutest relationship. She was wild for him, but that was not her dream. And so when I started that was a big lesson for me in learning how to develop leaders. And I went on to develop, 15 other top tier leaders after her. But that was one thing that I learned then with Bev was that stop assuming and ask more questions. So when you do this dream session, you don't have to call it that or whatever, but like when you do this dream session, when you have someone that's like caught the vision and they're like, oh my gosh, I want to do this. It's you taking time to ask them what they really want. What is going to change their life forever? What dreams do they still have that they haven't been able to achieve yet? And they're going to tell you different things like they want to remodel their cabin. They want to get a cabin. They want to build their dream home. They want a pool. They want to pay off debt. They want to be able to provide for their aging parents. They want to send their kids to college without any debt. They want to be able to buy cars for their kids. They want to be able to travel with their husband. They want to be debt free. There's going to be all sorts of different things that everybody's going to want. And you just want to ask them that simple question of what dreams do you still want to fulfill in your life that you haven't been able to fulfill yet? And just take notes on what they say. And then say to them, what does not having that do to your life right now? And they're going to say, oh my gosh, well, it's so hard. Like, my husband and I, like, we can't like spend quality time together. And I'm resentful of him. Sometimes they'll say this, sometimes they'll be like, oh, I have the best marriage ever, but like, we just can't spend any time together. Like, just write down whatever they say. Some of them will say, well, I worry about my kids because I can't afford to send them to school. And I worry about how they're going to pay for it. I worry about my parents and what will happen to them if I can't make this work. I worry about being able to pay off our debt. I worry, like they're going to tell you all the things that are really hard about their life right now because they can't have it. And then I want you to sit with them and I want you to do a guided visualization where you say their dream life back to them that they told you they first wanted with that first question. And you're going to say to them, okay, I want you, and you can like, depending on the type of personality, right? Like some girls are going to be like, ew, you're so weird and creepy. Like, don't touch me. But some girls that are really more like they want to like that you want to sit, like you can do it in lots of different ways. You can sit and you can have them close their eyes. If they're a more like emotionally connective person, if they're more like red personality that's a little bit more direct and a little less touchy feely, then maybe you just like have a conversation about like what their life would look like if they were able to have all these things. But there's many, you could literally sit on the ground together, crossing your legs and like, like taking her by the hand. It just depends on the personality. Make sure you read them, their social cues and everything really well, but like sit there and then see what feels best in that situation. Right. But you can just sit and you can say, okay, I want you to imagine that 1 year from today, you wake up in the morning and then you literally just repeat back to them those goals and that goal and dream life that they said to you. You're going to pretend like you're having them picture that life with you and saying it to them out loud as if, and you want to use their words that they just gave to you when you asked the first question. Okay. And you're going to You're going to say it back to them in the exact words that they told to you, but you're going to put it into this visualization for them. They're either going to be closing their eyes, hearing you say it, or you're just going to be talking about it in conversation, whichever way feels best for their personality. And then at the end, so you're going to take them through an entire day of what their life's going to look like a year from now with all those dreams met, because they did that, because they went all in on this opportunity with you in your network marketing business. And at the end of the day, you're going to like finish it off with all their dreams and goals having been met a year from now. And then say, open your eyes. Or if you're not doing the closed eyes thing and you're just conversational or whatever, then you're going to be like, how would you like to feel that way every single day? Sometimes they might cry. Sometimes they might say, this would be so amazing. Like, this would be the best thing ever. And then I want you to say, that's what this is. That's what this opportunity gives you. You go all in on this right now. That's your dream life a year from now. That's what we do together. And what that's going to take is you learning how to do this skill. And I know exactly how to do this with you. Are you ready? And then they're going to say yes. And then I want you, every time you teach them a skill, every time they have a message of someone that's like, oh, she's so scammy. Oh, this girl quit on me. Oh, this whatever. Anytime that leader of yours meets that resistance, you're going to take them back to that moment where you did that guided visualization with them. And you're going to say, remember that day? Remember that day you said that that's what you wanted? That's what getting over this hump is. That's the challenge. That's the problem. This is the puzzle we solve today. So we get one step closer to that dream life. And that is the best way that I've ever learned how to develop leaders. It's so powerful, and it is going to give them a way. Because what happens is their brain, their hippocampus in their brain timestamps that moment with you. And then they can refer to it every single time and visualize that dream life every single time they come into challenges, which they always will. And that desire for that dream life is going to be what's going to push them through all the difficult times. So that is the best way that I have ever found to develop leaders. It's using that visualization method that I taught you months ago in the podcast. And it is creating a very meaningful conversation between you and each of your leaders that it will be so fulfilling, because when they achieve those goals and they do hit their ranks and you were a part of that, there's just nothing better. I love it so much. I hope this helps you in learning a new way to develop leaders on your team. And I hope you have a very happy and safe Halloween. Share this podcast with someone that needs to hear it. And if you want to hop on a live call with me, I do them every single Tuesday and Thursday. You can click the link here in the podcast notes, or what's easier for me, just head on over to Instagram at Emily Gibson Coaching. There's a link in my bio there. You can click the link and hop on a live call with me within the next 24 to 72 hours. Ask me any question and bring this podcast to life. Get registered today, and I'll see you on the live call, guys. Bye now.